Hi, hello. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Anne, and in this video, I'll be talking to you about Aliseo Liguria Scholarship. The 2025 call for application is currently open, and in this video, I'm going to talk to you about all that you need to know before sending the application for the scholarship. So first of all, must knows the scholarship is for students going to the University of Genoa. Okay, it's also for students in AFAM institutions with seats in Liguria. You can apply those going for bachelor's degree, master's degree, specialization programs, PhD, and just like I mentioned, programs in AFAM institutions. General scholarship benefits: it comes with stipends, accommodation, daily meals, international mobility, tuition reduction or exemption. For the international mobility is for subsequent years, so not the first year, it's for subsequent years. Regional scholarships have merits and economic requirements, and for the Aliseo scholarship, the economic requirement for this year's intake is you should be presenting an ISE or an ISE UP value equal or less than 27,948 euros, okay, and that of the value of your family's assets and everything should not be above 60,757 euros, okay. So please take note of that. What are the merit requirements? For that of the merit, or the calculation of merit for first year students is calculated ex post. This means that during the first year, part of the funds will be given to the student, but then for the student to receive the remaining amount and for the student to be able to renew the scholarship for the second year, the first year student is required to have necessary credits, okay, and the credit should be gotten by that 10th of August 2025. So for those going for bachelor's degree, okay, second year, they're required to have 25 credits. Then for third year, 80 credits. Then for the last semester, they need that of 135 credits. That is, if for the last semester. Then master's degree, second year, they need to have 30 credits. Then the final semester, okay, people can do extra semesters, maybe due to that of their thesis, their research, whichever reason. Sometimes people can prolong the period of their studies, okay, and for that last semester they need to have 80 credits. Those going for the master's degree of the unique cycle of 5 years, these are the credits that are required. So apart from the normal, this one that has been indicated, and this which is equal to this 135 is also equal to this one. Then the fifth year, they are required to have 190 credits. Then the last semester, they are required to have 245 credits. Then for those going for the master's degree of unique cycle with 6 years, all the credits here are the same as this, okay, but then the last semester they are required to have 300 credits. For a lot of students with disability equal or above 66%, these are the credits required from them. So second year, 15 credits, third year, 48 credits, fourth year, 81, last year 114 if they are going for bachelor's degree. Master second year, 18 credits, third year 48 credits, and last semester they need 81 credits, okay. Here for those going for the bachelor's degree, for those going for the master's degree of the unique cycle, these are the credits required, which follows this. Just that the sixth year, they are required to have 147, last semester 180 credits. Then for those going for the 6 years, you can see, but then that of the 7th year, which one is this, they require these credits the same, and then the last semester they require 213 credits. Now let us talk about the scholarship amount, okay. So the scholarship amount is given based on the category of student and then the category of the student's ISE, okay. So based on your family's economic situation and the category of the student. And for category of students, I mean The student can be in seat, can be that of a commuter, or an off-site student. So off-site, it means where you are coming from is far from the location where the course takes place. Commuter, it means it's far but not so far. Then in seat is someone located around the vicinity or in the city where the course takes place. Someone who presents that of an ISE, okay, between 0 to 18,632, and then that student is an in-seat student located around where the city where the program is located. The person will be getting 2,851 euros, okay, plus 1 daily meal, okay. Then the same student presenting this ISE but then is considered as a commuter will be getting 4,133, of which 1,148 is deducted for that of the canteen service, and then 2,985 is the amount that will be getting, the net that will be getting as stipends from the scholarship. Then the same person who presents this an ISE between 0 to 18,632 and then is considered an off-site student will be getting a total of 7,073 euros, okay, of which 1,148 will be deducted for the canteen service, so for that of the meals, and then 2,527 is going to be deducted for the accommodation, and they'll be getting a net of 3,398 euros as that of stipends, okay. The next category is for a student to present an ISE between 18,632.1 to that of 27,948 euros, okay. So for such a student, and then that student is considered an in-seat, then the person will be getting 1,425 plus 1 daily meal. And then if that student happens to be considered as a commuter, then that student will be getting that of 2,686 euros, of which 1,148 will be deducted as daily meals, and they'll be getting a net of 1,538. Then if the student is considered as an off-site and then presents this category, okay, presents an ISE that falls in this range, then the student will be getting a total of 5,233 euros for the scholarship, and then the deductions apply, the same deductions here, and they'll be getting a net of 1,558 euros, okay. Let's talk about the conditions for increment of the scholarship. So 15% increment of the scholarship amount for students who present an ISE less or equal to 50% of the ISE cap, okay. Then 20% increment for female students enrolled in STEM programs, 20% increment for students enrolled in 2 programs simultaneously, and then 25% increment for students with disability of equal or more than 66%, okay. Now let us talk about the required documents. So the actual documents needed by Aliseo, okay, is that of the ISE U for someone located within Italy, and that of the ISE UP for an international student, okay. So the one within Italy is supposed to go to the CAF, take their normal ISE, and ask them to calculate one that gives them access to university benefits in Italy, and that is called the ISE U. For that of the students who has assets, his or a family has assets outside of Italy, that student is supposed to get the parified version of the ISE U, which is then called ISE Parificato. So it's called ISE UP. For this student to get the calculation, the parified version of the ISE U, he or she is supposed to get needed documents from his home country, okay, so a home country for the calculation. I'm going to talk to you about those documents needed for the calculation of the ISE UP. But then, as a foreign student, you're supposed to contact the CAF offices affiliated to Aliseo and ask them for the required documents specific to your country of origin. I'm going to share with you the list of some the list of the CAFs located in Aliseo. Not an exhaustive list. You can find the entire list on their website. Okay, but then you can see here you are supposed to request it. The one within Italy is supposed to request for the ISEE by 31st of July 2025, and then the one outside of Italy, the foreign student, is supposed to request it by 24th of October 2025. Okay, for you to be considered for the ranking list that will be released on the 31st of December 2025. Okay, once you get it, you are supposed to upload it in that of your reserved area. Now, these are the documents required for the ISEE. So, documents with details of the composition of the student's nuclear family, documents with income of every adult member of the student's family for the year indicated. I didn't see the specific year in the call for applications, so I'll advise you rewatch the CAF, affiliated to Aliseo, to let you know. I'm not sure if they'll require for that of 2024 or that of 2023. Okay, so rewatch the CAF to find out the specific year, if it's 2023 that you're required to provide the income. Okay, now in cases of absence of work activity by any family member, you're supposed to show proof. So an example, an admission letter for any member of the family that is in uni. Okay, so your siblings that are in university, you need a proof to show that they don't make income, and that is an example. An admission letter is just an example. Then resignation or termination letter for unemployed family members, or medical letter from medical report from your doctor or your family's doctor for sick family members. You need proof why they didn't earn income for the year under review. Then documents on the value of the student's family properties, assets, financial instruments, etc. Then documents on the student's family expenses for the year under review, so rental agreements of student's family residence, etc. Then you also need all supporting documents like divorce papers, death certificates of students' parents, marriage certificates, etc. And particularly for students coming from poor countries, so coming from Burkina Faso, Benin, Gambia, Guinea-Bissau, Liberia, Malawi, Mali, Mozambique, Nigeria, Niger, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Uganda, Tanzania, Zambia, Sudan. Students coming from these countries are supposed to revert to the Italian consulate in their home country, and then the Italian embassy is going to generate a document. The document is going to declare, it's like an attestation stating that the student is not known to come from a family with high economic standing. So it's that document that are going to revert it to the CAF for the calculation of the ISEE, which you're going to use in sending the application. Let's talk about the publications of the rankings. So you can see here that of the publication, the provisional ranking list will be released by 29th of September 2025. Then the definitive ranking list will be out by 30th of October 2025. That of the publication of the provisional ranking list for accommodation, is going to be by 10th of September 2025. So you're supposed to confirm that of your acceptance and everything. You're supposed to check that of the ranking list. Then that of the new request for accommodation for those in subsequent years is going to be released. That provisional ranking list will be released by 22nd of September 2025. Then this is for those in subsequent years. This is for those in first year going for masters, and that of the subsequent years. Then for this one is for those going for that of PhD or specialization schools and everything. The provisional ranking list for accommodation will be released by 29th of September 2025. Okay, so this is for accommodation, and then this deadline is for that of the scholarship and international mobility. These are the provisional ranking list for them, and then the definitive is on the same date, 30th of October 2025. Then for that of the payment of the scholarship, 50% will be paid by 31st of December 2025. Okay, then that of the second installment of the 50% will be paid by that of 30th of June 2026. Okay, so this is that of the payment structure for those in subsequent years. But then for students in the first year, 20% will be paid by that of 10th of November 2025, and then the remaining 30% will be paid by 31st of December 2025. Then 50% will be paid only upon they getting the needed credit by 10th of August 2026. Okay, now let's talk about causes for revocation or exclusion. So making false statements, declarations, faking documents, this can get you to be excluded from the scholarship. Not obeying the deadlines, not providing documents within the stipulated deadlines. Very, very important that you also make the needed credits. Okay, if you don't make the needed credits, the scholarship will be revoked. Okay, now how to apply. For you to apply, you have to go to that of the Aliseo website, so www.aliseo.liguria.it. okay, and that is where you're going to send the application. I'm going to make another video where I show you how to send the application for the scholarship. Okay, if you have any questions, please reach out to them at bossstudio@aliseo.liguria.it. okay, if you have any question at all. Now, just like I was mentioning earlier, the contact, so you can reach out to them. If you have questions about the scholarship, you can reach out to this email. If you have questions about the accommodation, you can reach out to aliseo@aliseo.liguria.it. If you have questions about that of the daily mails, then you can reach out to this email as well. Okay, they also have their contact here. You can find all of this on their website, so do check it out and reach out to them if you have any questions. Then the list of the CAFs, you can see there's several list of CAFs available on their website, so go there, check the CAF that you want to go to and email them, ask for the needed details. Okay, for that of the easier OP. Now the deadline, we spoke about it earlier, but then the deadline for sending that of the application for both the accommodation and the scholarship is that of 31st of July 2025. Okay, if you found value in this video, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'm going to see you in my next video. Bye.